I'm Ava, and today we're testing out more Barbie doll hacks. This first one I found when I stumbled across an Instagram page called AK Shop Doll. I have to start off by saying they have like the most gorgeous Barbie dolls on their page, but I noticed that some of their dolls' waists were like teeny weeny, like small. And I was like, how did you do that? So I did a little digging, and the original hack video I found is from Papaya Dolls. But then just the other day, AK Shop Doll also posted a tutorial on their Instagram. So we're gonna try it. If you don't know, this is the original Barbie body, and this is how her waist looks. I thought it'd be kind of fun to give this a try and see if we could change the shape of the Barbie doll's waist. I'm not trying to say like the smaller waist is better. I just think it's a fun, different kind of look that I'm curious to see if it actually works or not. I'm not trying to promote unrealistic body standards, guys. I promise. I just am curious. I'm kind of scared because they showed that it doesn't always go well. To start, I have some boiling hot water here, and we're gonna need to remove the doll's head. So you guys know the drill. Oh my gosh, whoa. Am I gonna break the neck peg? I feel like I'm about to... That was not my best head swap, guys. Not gonna lie, that was not the cleanest head swap I've ever done. I was really scared the neck peg was about to break there. But we're good. I don't even know if this step is actually necessary, but it's what they did, and I don't want to take any chances. They also did something crazy that I've never seen before. They took off the doll's legs. This I am scared and terrified to do. They didn't even show necessarily if they put it in boiling hot water, but I feel like that can't hurt. So we're gonna just like let her sit there for a little bit. They literally just ripped the legs off. Like, is it really just that straightforward? Oh yeah, I forgot about that back tattoo. That looks cute. Hopefully that doesn't get ruined in this video. Oh my gosh. It's like too slippery. She's too slippery. How do you do this? Guys, I never would have thought I would see this, to be honest, but here we are. And it doesn't really look like there's too much room for error here because it's not like it's a neck peg. It doesn't look like this would be able to break, really, unless you really were just bad at this. In the one video, they also took off her arms, but in the other one, they didn't, so I'm just not going to, because if I don't have to, then why would I? So again, for the actual waist snatching bit, both videos kind of did it a little bit differently, but I'm going to mainly follow the AK Shop Doll tutorial one. So I have some thick elastic. I'm actually worried this might not be thick enough though. This one's an inch thick, but it doesn't like fully cover the doll's waist area, but I'm hoping it'll be fine. This is all I got. That's all I got. And I am gonna cut this piece a little bit smaller. So it mainly just covers like the front of the doll. Then I have some embroidery floss. Looked like they used something nice and thick so that it will actually hold in place. And then we're gonna like sew her up in the back, almost like a corset style to really cinch her in. And once I have that all in place, it looks like they also use some thinner elastic as well. So I have this stuff here that I'm gonna cut a piece from and wrap around the middle of this other elastic and really pull it tight. And then wrap them around again. Basically just putting as much pressure on the doll's waist. Then, just like in the video, I'm gonna boil a pot of water and stick her in there. And there's not really any instruction on how long to keep the doll in there for, so I'm just gonna kind of keep an eye on it and hopefully not over or under boil her. That sounds weird. And I make sure her hands are not in the water. I stick them straight up so that we don't have any complications there. And here she is, all cooked up. I don't know if I put her in the water for long enough, but it was like a solid 5 minutes. And I was starting to get a little scared. This might not be as drastic of a difference that we are hoping for, but I'm just hoping for a difference in general. So I think we just go ahead and cut off all the elastic now. Ugh. Oh my gosh, guys. Wait, it low-key worked. But wait, wait. Oh no. This worked good. The only thing I'm seeing immediately is that there's some marks from where the elastic was, and that wasn't in the video. So, like, it's definitely something I could get past, but I'm wondering if there is something I could do to prevent that. Here is another doll body for comparison. This doll definitely is a more snatched waist, and so I do feel like we can say this hack was a success, but I do want to try this once more on this doll, mainly just because it's going to be so convenient to take off her head. Love those new neck pegs. I also removed her legs, and this time I'm going to use a piece of felt to put around the doll's waist first, and then I'm going to put on the elastic. And then we're going to try the process again with this new formula. So here she is. I really hope this turned out. I guess we're about to find out. The big reveal. That worked! And that worked so well! Okay, upon further inspection, there are still a couple lines on her stomach, but not nearly as noticeable as these other ones, so honestly, I could probably just put like another layer of felt on, and then they would be fully gone, but I'm not at all upset about this result. Let me know what you guys think. Again, you can see the comparison between the different waists here, and you could really kind of adjust this to how much or how little you want it to be. Oh, and here she is with some actual clothes on. We haven't actually seen what they look like with clothing on, just naked. So that also gives you a bit of a better idea of how this looks. It also just makes them look a little bit more toned. like she's been hitting the gym or something. I like it. This next hack is a hack from Everything Dolls, and she showed how to curl Barbie's hair using boba straws and also regular straws. I've tried lots of methods when it comes to curling Barbie doll hair, and lots of them have failed me. Oh no. So I'm still on the search of a good one, and maybe this is the one. Maybe this is the one. Maybe this is the one. To start, I have 2 boba straws, and one of them I'm gonna cut all the way down the center, and then place it on top of the other one. So it's like a little blanket around it. And then have some bobby pins. Ignore this nasty sticker. I tried to peel it off and then gave up halfway. And we're going to cut the straw the same length as the bobby pin. And so this is one of our curlers, and now we're just gonna repeat this a ton of times. We're gonna test this out on Emily's mom because her hair, it's never seen a good day. So I feel like she deserves a nice hairstyle, assuming that this will turn out nicely. I did wet her hair as instructed in the video, and I did brush it out, but it seems to have this naturally kind of wavy pattern in there. I even have the exact same chair from the video I'm gonna sit her in. And yeah, I thought it'd be nice to give her a little robe because we've seen enough naked dolls in this video already. So I'm gonna start by sectioning a portion of her hair here, and I'm just gonna clip it up and away. Okay, so let's disassemble one of the curlers here into their 3 separate pieces. And using the solid straw piece, I'm going to attempt to twist this doll's hair around it. I think I have to wet this a bit more. Okay, this is looking promising. Okay, and then I'm gonna put that other piece around it. Okay, and then hold it all in place with the bobby pin. I'm really happy that worked because in the video, she did recommend to curl the ends of the doll's hair with a curling iron, and I really did not want to have to do that because I've personally not had a great experience with doll hair and heat tools. No. And so basically from here, we're just gonna repeat this process for the entire doll's head. I'm gonna also do some sections like vertically. I definitely believe that curling the ends of the doll's hair makes it easier. Like I said though, I just really don't want to have to do that. And there she is with all of her curlers in. Then following along with the video, I have some boiling hot water here that I'm gonna dunk the doll's head into. And then we have some ice cold water that we're gonna dunk the doll's hair into to kind of help set the hair in place. I also am curious to try the method with the smaller straws. So we're gonna make curlers out of these now, just using that exact same technique as we did with the boba straws. And I'm gonna try these ones out on my mini-me because I have curly hair and I'm always trying to figure out the best way to give my mini-me curly hair like mine. So maybe this is a solution. I actually think that doing it on dry hair is easier for whatever reason, especially if you're not going to be using the curling iron method. We're going to do this doll's hair full of these little curlers now. This took some time, but we managed to do it. It's not the prettiest thing ever, but hopefully it works. I'm going to dunk this doll into the boiling hot water. Just for an extra bonus, I also gave this doll curlers as well, the larger ones, so we have more chances of succeeding at this. And we're gonna dunk her in as well. And now I'm supposed to leave them to dry overnight, but for this doll, I want to see what would happen if we actually take out the curlers now. Ooh, I like the look of that. So now we're gonna let this doll's hair dry from this stage. It's the next day, and let's see how the doll's hair dried. Starting with this doll, I'm just gonna kind of like floof it up a little bit, maybe. Kind of run my fingers through it a little bit. And yeah, I actually really like how this turned out. It's definitely more of a subtle curl. I think it looks super good from the back. Now for this doll, I have a feeling they're gonna be very tight curls, which hopefully looks good. Oh no. Ooh, okay, I'm scared, guys. I'm actually scared. Oh no. Ooh. All right. So there's like potential here, but it's not looking too great. I'm just gonna like try to flatten this out a little bit with my hands, rake through some of these curls, see what happens. This is also completely my fault, guys. I'm realizing I really just put those curlers in and didn't really think about it very much. Like, I don't know why I thought curling it up here like that would look good. So I think I just really needed to use a little bit more brain power when I was doing this. I think it's worth just trying to comb through her curls. It's kind of sad, but like, I think it's necessary. That definitely helped. Her curls are kind of non-existent now, but there's still this kind of wave in her hair. But, you know, you can see the potential here. You can see it. So, not gonna lie, guys, I'm really terrified to see how my mini-me's hair turned out because I actually really do care about this doll and I don't want her hair to look horrible. Wow, that's a tight little curl. Oh, goodness gracious. It's looking potential. Minus this one over here. Oh my. Maybe if I just douse the doll's head in water. I'm also gonna use some like hair curl cream stuff to maybe help like, I don't know, tame some of this going on. I know in the video she used a hair gel mixture. I just don't have any hair gel on me right now, so we're trying this out instead. I put this like hair elastic around her head and I'm just gonna let this like dry and maybe we can salvage this somehow. It's been some time. Let's take this off and see what we're dealing with here. It's definitely not the worst thing, but it's definitely not the best. She does smell really good though, after putting all the curl cream in. So there is that. This was kind of a flop, not gonna lie, but I don't think that's the hack's fault. I think this is my fault for just not using my brain cells and assuming that if I did whatever, that it would somehow magically turn out amazing. So like, for example, this curl in the front looks so good. Everything else though, no. No. I think I also just don't really like this doll's hair in general anymore, especially because my hair in real life is not this short anymore. It's more like down there. So it makes me mad. This is her hair after it is fully dried though, and I do like it more. It's definitely worth experimenting with. Overall, I will still say the hack was a success. I especially like how this doll's hair turned out, but I really think it's just kind of a trial and error thing. I'll definitely need to give this another go and just be a little bit more mindful of when I put the curlers in, how they're gonna come out. This next hack I got inspiration from AK Shop Doll again, and also a comment that said I should wrap Barbie doll shoes in fabric. So we're gonna try this out. Now the AK Shop Doll ones are literally insane. I'm not gonna even attempt to replicate something that good, but we're gonna start a little bit more basic, and I'm gonna use this Barbie doll boot because I have a couple of this exact same one and it's nothing special. And then I have these kind of like faux leather materials that I want to play around with a little bit. I have no tutorial to follow, so I'm really just winging this, and I started off by making this little pattern. I made it by putting pieces of tape onto the boot and then drawing out the shape that I want, peeling it off, and then cutting it out on paper. I don't know if this is really the best way to go about this, but it's what worked for me, with some trial and error, of course. And I traced this out on some of the faux leather fabric and cut it out. And then I'm gonna glue it in place on the shoe. Then I just have a strip of that faux leather, and I'm going to make a bunch of little snips in it. Not going all the way through though. And then I glue that around the boot. I continue by gluing more of those tasseled strips around to make an entirely new shoe. What the heck? I even made one in black too. Guys, these were honestly really easy to make and upgraded the boots by so much in my opinion. Like, look at the difference here. Here the boots are on a doll. I only made one of each color. Eventually, hopefully I'll get around to making the other shoe for each, but right now she just has some mixed matched shoes. They're kind of giving Western vibes and I'm here for it. I feel like it also looks so good if you had like a faux brown leather as well. And this is obviously only one idea, like this is just something I came up with, but you could get so creative when it comes to covering doll shoes in fabric. This was just the best and most easy idea that I could think of at the time. I would say this is a huge success, an awesome idea, and a great way to transform old doll shoes that you might not like that much into something completely new and absolutely adorable. I'm so obsessed. This next hack is another tattoo hack. We can never let go of the tattoo hacks, it seems. But especially after I was so bad at applying the tattoos to that Ken doll. No. Some of you guys were suggesting to actually try using a nail stamper. So that's exactly what I'm gonna try. This thing is kind of crusty. It's also old, but I think it will do its job. It's one of the clear jelly stampers, so you can actually see through it. And I did just find a couple little YouTube tutorials to kind of help me figure out exactly how I should attach the tattoos. So I'm gonna cut out a temporary tattoo. I like this little flower. I'm gonna peel off the clear bit on top, and then I guess I'm supposed to like soak it in some water and attach it to the stamper. Oh, wow. And I'm gonna give the tattoo to this doll. I think it looked pretty cute on her back here. So then I can see right through the nail stamper exactly where I want it to go, which is really cool. All right. Let's try that again. It seems to be stuck to the stamper. Okay, I'm gonna remove the tattoo from the stamper using a piece of tape. I think I might have just moved too slowly. I think I need to quicken up my pace. I only have so many of these little tattoos though, and I really think they're cute, so I hope this works. Maybe I'll do a blue one this time. Okay, submerge, then attach. Oh goodness. Okay, now I'm just gonna really quickly stamp it onto the doll. Guys, somebody help. Okay, one thing I'm realizing that is probably obvious is the part that would normally stick to the surface, or like the skin, is the part that's against the stamper right now. So maybe the other side doesn't have any stickiness to it. I don't know how else to do this then though, because that's what they did in the tutorial. Okay, I'm realizing the reason this might not be working is because the videos I was watching are for nail water decals. I thought they were like the same thing because they look the same, but I think with the nail decals, it's sticky on the other side so that it would work for the stamper to to have the sticky side facing out when you stamp it on. I don't know if I'm making sense. So I'm just going to experiment on my own here and try something myself. I really hope this is the last flower tattoo I need to use. Okay, I'm gonna peel off the plastic and dip it in the water. And now I actually want to try using tweezers to separate the little photo from the paper. Oh, shoot. Guys, I don't think this is gonna work out. Cute. Alright. Okay, last method we're gonna try here. Otherwise, I'm giving up. This hack could definitely work, but I think you need the nail decals for this. You can't use temporary tattoos. Alright, submerge in water. But this time when I place it on the nail stamper, I'm gonna place it so the paper side is against the nail stamper and the actual photo is facing away. And then you can still kind of see through. And then let's push this onto the doll. And we'll just hold it there for a little bit. Okay! That worked. It's not really that different though from like just using your fingers and holding it down or holding it down with a cloth, but I do like how you can actually kind of see what you're doing through the nail stamper, but like still not really. I don't know. Let's also turn her head back. That's starting to freak me out. But I do like that it didn't smudge or anything like that actually. Maybe the real hack is just dipping it in the water first though. I feel like that was really helpful, and then putting it on instead of using a wet cloth. I don't even know what to call this hack. Yes, no, maybe so. I feel like if you don't have a nail stamper, it's not worth going through the hassle of getting one just for this, but it could be useful in certain scenarios, but like, I don't know. And so those are all the hacks that we're testing for today's video. Make sure to comment below and let me know which hack was your favorite, and also let me know if there's any hacks that you want me to test out. I want to give a huge shout out to Here's Kitten for becoming a member of my channel, and if you want a shout out, consider becoming a member yourself. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to become part of the hashtag DD Squad, and I'll see all you guys in the next one. Bye.